So if you follow along on Instagram, you've seen these headers I posted a pic of a while ago. These are 3D printed. They do have a very heavy grain to them. So I've just been brainstorming about it, trying to figure out a way to smooth them. So that's what we're going to try to do. I don't know if this is going to work, so you're going to come along for the ride with me. Alright, so I did do a quick test fit, and they do fit nicely in the Trailfinder 2 frame. And where the exhaust dumps down is just under the edge of the frame, so if you don't have a scale exhaust system yet, it won't look so bad. I'm not going to do one in this video, but I do plan on doing something eventually. The back side here is a little bit rough where they drilled the holes, so I'm going to hit it with a file just to try to smooth it down so it sits nice and flush against the block. They really don't look that bad in there. I don't really have a way to show you the lighting so bad in here, and it's such a tight space. If I hold it in there, you won't really be able to see. My hand will be in the way, but they don't look bad. You can't see as much of the lines in it. But I think I'm going to go ahead and try it anyway, just see what kind of finish we can get. After filing this down, it gets smooth, but it doesn't look smooth. So I'm not going to try and sand all this down smooth. I'm going to try to do it with paint. And headers can be whatever color you want. I think I'm going to do a satin white because I like that style of headers, that jet hot coat. You can do them black or gloss black or flat black or leave them like this. Either way, but that's my choice for this. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to mount these to something. I want to mount them like that so I can get a good even coat of paint. I'm going to try to build up with some high build primer. Try to fill in some of this. Start with light coats. See if I can get down in those lines. And hopefully do this with as little sanding as possible, because small intricate parts are a pain in the butt. I'm not going to be able to get a whole lot of detail in sanding it. I just want it to look a little bit better. So it's going to take a little bit. I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm ready for paint. I just wanted to show you this. This is some of the styrofoam from the Jalon 2, I think the Cruiser kit. Comes with all this nice foam. I saved some of this stuff for just like things like this. These have the holes in it already to mount to the motor. I've got some little like nails to hang a picture with, little tiny tack nails, and I just kind of stuck them through a couple of the holes. It's holding them up off of here, and this will be easy. I can just take it outside, paint it. I can still hold it without getting paint all over myself, hopefully. So I'm looking at my primers here. Not seeing anything good. Let me look around and get some paint on this thing. I may try this Tamiya primer I've got. I don't know. I'll get started. Alright guys, so pretty happy with the outcome. I could spend more time sanding on these and making them real nice and smooth, but it's really not worth it. You're not going to be able to see much of it in there, so I think it's going to create the effect that I'm after here. I've got about 15 coats of heavy coats of just a cheap white primer that I had laying around, so nothing fancy. I just kept layering it on while I was out working on my car last weekend, so I noticed it sitting over there. A couple hours later, spray another coat. A couple hours, spray another coat. So they look pretty good. You can still see some lines in it, but like I said, you're not gonna be able to see it. So now I gotta try to find some scale hardware and see if I can do this without pulling the engine out of the Blazer. That's gonna be the tricky part. Well guys, they don't fit. They are hitting the front section of the motor mount. The motor mount is a Y plate. Goes from the motor to 2 points on the frame, and they're sitting about maybe 1 millimeter too high in the front. Now, I mean, it's just barely off. Looking at it here from the side, I got 2 screws in the back, but nothing in the front would reach. So I can either drill out the holes and move it up just a little bit, or I can try to cut out a little bit of the bottom of the header to sit over the edge of the motor mount. Didn't really want to have to modify these. I thought they were going to bolt in. they were just a tiny little bit shorter. At least this side. I haven't even got to the other side yet, so I don't know what we're in store for there. Problem with moving or drilling the hole down, there's not much material on the end, and with this type of 3D printed stuff, it's kind of brittle, so if I start drilling it out too much, it'll just fray and crack on the end. But I think that's the route I'm going to go. I got to find my smallest drill bit and see what I can do. Alright guys, this is going from bad to worse. I ended up having to, well, first off, I tried to force them on, and this pipe has disconnected from the flange. It's just 3D printed on. There's no extra support or anything, so it's kind of brittle. I ended up having to take about 2 millimeters out of this section here to clear the motor mount, which you can't really see. Another issue is there's not enough room here next to these two bolts to get the scale hardware in. The holes don't line up. The holes need to be right at the base of the pipe, and if I put the scale hardware on, the head of it is going to break that off of the flange there as well. So I just opted for 4 here on this side. Yeah, it's not working out quite as well as I'd hoped. I'm going to go ahead and put the shock mount back on. I swapped to some scale hardware here from Locked Up, and I'm going to move on to the other side. Here's what I had to cut out. I could have done it a little bit cleaner, but if you've been doing this hobby for a while, you get mad at stuff. I'm mad these don't fit. I'm mad at them, so I'm taking it out on them with the Dremel. That's all behind the frame rail, so you're not going to be able to see it. Luckily, they're white on the inside. They were just painted silver when I got them. So, hopefully this will clear now. I have a feeling I'm going to have the same issue with the bolts on this side. So, we'll see. Alright guys, this side was about the same story. I didn't break any of the tubes off this time. It does look like the rear one is cracking. The paint, I can see a gap now. They're just off. I only put four screws in. The same story, these on the back inside and the front inside are the holes just too close to the tube. Even if I were to drill out the hole and put a bolt through, the head of the bolt would break the tube off. So, we got 4 in there on both sides. Not too bad. So what we need some headers. I just wish they were something other than 3D printed plastic. It's a good attempt, and it can be made to look decent. Like I said, it's not going to be that visible. You just need something in there to fill in that void. You don't want open heads. It looks terrible. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw the body back on now, and we'll see how it looks under the hood. I can't help this. That blazer looks kind of cool sitting on the rat rod frame. I don't know what's up with that. That thing's kind of cool looking. Anyway, I'm gonna throw it back on here. Alright guys, it looked pretty good in there. Still lacking a lot under the hood of the Blazer. I took my radiator out. I'm not even sure where it is. It wouldn't stay in while I was driving, so I just been leaving it out. I honestly don't know where I put it. Crap. Yeah, I still need something about the radiator hose and some inner fenders. I'm not in any hurry. I mean, this thing's pretty much done. Just I'm waiting on the market to catch up. These Blazer bodies have been out now for about 6 months, and keep hoping for more and more things. That V8 motor's been out for well over a year, probably almost 2, and we're still, not really getting product support for it. Got the belt accessories. You can get those branded valve covers and intake, but there's so much potential with that, and there's so many threaded holes on it. 4 headers, 4 radiator pipe. You could swap out intakes. You could swap out the entire intake, put a blower on it. There's just nothing out there for it. It's kind of sad. I wish I had the experience and machinery to run a CNC. I'd start cutting out all kinds of stuff. But that's not in the cards for me. But anyway, yeah, it's up to y'all to decide if this is a deal or a dud. I mean, you get the desired look under the hood. You can see it in the fenders. I still need to make some more exhaust for it. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. If I'm going to do steel like I did on the Amigo, or I'm going to try to do some styrene exhaust, make some mufflers and stuff. I got too many other things on the table right now with the rat rod and the K10 build. So just little things here and there. We'll keep adding to the Blazer over time. But yeah, it's good to have something available for it. So what else was I gonna say? I don't even know. It's late. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate all the support. I get a lot of thumbs up and a lot of good feedback, and I get that on Instagram and Facebook and on YouTube as well. It's good that people are still enjoying what I'm doing. Like I said, when I started this channel, it was just trying to share what I can do with everybody. It's not the best, it's not the greatest, it's okay, but you know, just tips and stuff, trying to help the regular guy out. So appreciate it, and y'all stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video.